Hi, and welcome to something new. I'm just having to speak up for a moment just because this seems to be another one of those games where the audio seems to be a lot. Let me just check it isn't just. No, it isn't. It's actually the in game audio. It's really quite loud and there's music as well, so I'm going to check that out in a minute. So, this is CanopySim. I think I've said when I've been playing Rush a few times, I really wished I had, or there was some kind of VR parachuting game simulator or whatever. I went looking, there's more than one. A couple of them don't seem to be on Steam and seem to be quite expensive because they are actually for actual proper simulators and things. This one looked kind of fun and affordable. It was like £7 or something like that. So I literally run this up. I haven't tried the tutorial or anything like that. I haven't tried any of the jumps. I've got no idea what it's like. One thing I did do, and I was waiting to actually turn the sound down before I started recording, was I did go into the options, and this is great, watch this. Options over there. So I'm sat here. I can't move around at the moment, there's no way of moving or whatever, and for some reason it's put the options like this, which really isn't very helpful. So let's just turn that down. Let's turn the sound down a little bit. I don't even know what that word says. We've got sound, music, and effects, I think, might apply. Even that still sounds, maybe that's effects. No, goodness knows. But let's go with that. Right, so what I could do with is tutorial. Place your hands in a neutral position.
Move your hands in the opposite direction that you want to go. You are pushing the air in order to move.
Okay. Aim for the rings. What? Why are they so far behind? That made no sense whatsoever. No, this makes no sense.
Now reach down, grab the red ripcord, and pull.
How? I'm grabbing and I'm pulling.
Now hold your hands all the way up while flying. Make sure you're pushing the grip buttons at all times while flying.
Okay. That free-falling bit made no sense to me whatsoever. I might have to go back and revisit that. Right, so the parachuting part makes sense. Wow, so high. So yeah, I can go really fast, round, really fast round. Having the controllers in space, maybe that's just a tutorial thing.
Awesome! Now let's try a slow turn to the right.
Okay.
Bring your right hand down to your right shoulder.
I think I need to recalibrate because I'm having to put my hands up really high.
Now try a slow turn to the left.
Yeah, I definitely need to recalibrate.
Excellent! Now let's try landing maneuvers. Bring
Okay.
both hands equally down to start your flare. Continue to chest position.
Yeah, that's
Now
head
hold the
height.
toggles all the way down. Great! You're ready to get out there and jump. Be careful out there, and blue skies.
That was a black sky. Okay, I'm going to recalibrate and try that again. Okay. Please raise your hands to where you want the toggle's default position to be. So I'm going to put it kind of top of my head height. Now lower about hip height. Okay, cool. Right, let's just try the tutorial once more.
Move your hands in the opposite direction that you want to go. You are pushing the air in order to move.
I don't understand. The freefall thing makes no sense. The rings were... So I'm sat down and the rings were behind me.
Now reach down, grab the red ripcord, and pull. Now hold your hands all the way up while flying. Make sure you're pushing the grip buttons at all times while flying.
So I've recalibrated, but it's still got, you know, my hands
Awesome!
are straight
Now
above
let's
my
try
head.
a slow turn to the right. Bring your right hand down to your right shoulder.
That's not my right shoulder. That's still above my head.
Now try a slow turn to the left.
I'm starting to wonder. No, it can't even be that.
Excellent.
Because I'm sat.
Now let's try landing maneuvers. Bring both hands equally down to start your flare.
This is seriously uncomfortable.
Continue to chest position. Now hold the toggles all the way down.
So that wasn't chest position, that was the top of my head.
Great! You're ready to get out there and jump. Be careful out there, and blue skies.
That was where it, where I calibrated the highest point. Okay, well let's do a fly and see what happens. Okay. Okay, well this is fun. You don't appear to be moving though. Let's go for it. The free fall thing, I don't understand. No, the free falling just doesn't make sense at all. Oh. I really want to like this game, but I mean, graphically it's not great, but I'm not going to complain about that. The sound levels are just, oh my god, they're so low, so ridiculously low. That tutorial made no sense. The actual freefall thing, I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding what it's trying to tell me. Maybe I go down faster? If I put my head down, do I go down faster or anything? No, apparently not. I think this is the first VR game. I cut many VR games a lot of slack, just because it's still quite a new thing. People are still getting into it. That building is clipping into that other building, a bad VR game can still be a fun experience, but my first impression of this is, oh, it's really bad. Like the design of the buildings and things like that, if I just kind of come over this way a little bit, they're just cubes with textures on and no thought has been given to how they fit together. Which is fine if you're playing a flight sim and you're a couple of thousand feet up, I expect that. But this is about being close to the ground, so I don't know, I kind of expect I kind of expect the design of the stuff on the ground and everything to be much better. I mean, obviously a little bit of thought's being put into the actual target, the stadium, but nah, this isn't making sense to me at all. I think my initial impression of this, like the dodgy way the options menu works, the fact that the tutorial doesn't really help you understand how the free-falling works, and apparently makes no use of the calibration. Is really off-putting. Yeah, I'm really properly disappointed by this. I think this is definitely the first VR game I've got where I'm looking at it thinking I'm actually tempted to refund it. Whoa, that didn't go well.
Ouch, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I'm not liking it. It's I don't understand the freefall thing, and the calibration seems to make no sense. This menu is just, are you kidding? I mean, at least I can turn the music off. Let's turn the effects right down. Like, that crowd was way too loud. Right, I'm going to give it one more go. Okay, so we've got no wind speed, no direction. Let's try again. I think I need a better description of how the freefall thing's supposed to work. Am I supposed to grip my hands to affect how I move? It didn't seem that way. It makes no sense. Am I supposed to, like, jump out backwards, maybe? What do you think, people? Why are you stood like that? Let's go. Right, so no, those rings are still behind me. So how do I turn? I can't turn. I don't understand how I'm supposed to turn. No. And it automatically opened for me anyway. And now I'm not even straight on with my canopy anymore. Quit. Seriously? So I hit quit. And it's not quitting. Right, oh, there we go. I've got to use the trigger. But A would let you continue for some reason. Let's try that again. Move around, grab left toggle, look around. The freefall thing doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Okay. Alright, so I actually put my hands behind me that time, which isn't great for a sitting in a chair. Okay, so I hit A ring, I guess. You know, I read some reviews for this, and none of them were great. I feel really bad because someone's obviously put a lot of effort and care into this. It's definitely a freefall simulator. I get that, but it has the feel of something that's been written by someone who, you know, they've had to develop the mechanics themselves. There's no normal way of it working. Can we land? Can we land? Okay. You know, yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, with a lot of first-person shooters and flight sims and all this kind of stuff and everything, there's a given way of inputting, there's a given way of interacting with the game, there's a given way of playing, and so, you know, any other game that's in that genre tends to use that form of input and everything. I don't know if there is such a thing as a VR freefall parachuting genre that this is taking part of, but it feels like someone's had to create the mechanics of this from scratch, and they've had fun doing it, they've come up with a way of doing it. What they're not doing is communicating how it happens. That tutorial wasn't great. I feel so bad saying this, and you know, if the developer was to ever see this, I'm really sorry. You've produced a really fun thing here. I get it, and I really want to like it. I don't even mind that, you know, the graphics aren't fantastic or anything like that, because I don't really necessarily want great graphics. I want a great experience. I want to feel like I'm in control. I want to feel like a fucking god. You know, I want to feel like I'm the best skydiver there is, at least on the easier levels, and then have it get harder and then learn how I actually need to do it. But the tutorial doesn't really make sense of how you're supposed to do the... Let's do it once more, because it did seem like I'm supposed to put my hands behind me or something, but it says
move
put
your
them
hands
there.
in the opposite direction that you want to go. You are pushing the air in order to move.
I don't get how I turn, for example. I'm moving my hands and it's not... It just doesn't seem to be making a difference. And also those rings are not getting any closer. Okay, right. No. No. Nah. Just doesn't make any sense.
Move your hands in the opposite direction that you want to go. You are pushing the air in order to move.
I mean, in the recording, you probably even can't see the rings because they're so below me. They're kind of way behind me, and I can't turn round or anything like that.
Now reach down, grab the red ripcord, and pull.
I'm sorry, but this
Now hold your
tutorial
hands
is
all the way
garbage.
up while flying.
Like,
Make
seriously,
sure you're pushing the grip buttons at all times while flying.
my arms are at full extent above my head there.
Awesome! Now let's try a slow turn to the right. Bring your right hand down to your right shoulder.
See, that's my right shoulder. Hopefully you can see there how far below that fake controller is, below that thing there. That's still above my head. That's pretty much where I calibrated.
Now
the
try a
highest
slow
point.
turn to the left.
Oh, I really want to like this.
Excellent! Now let's try landing maneuvers. Bring
Pretty
both hands
bad.
equally down to start your flare. Continue to chest position.
That's top
Now
of my head,
hold the toggles
basically.
all the way down.
And that's kind of chest position.
Great! You're ready to get out there and jump. Be careful out there, and blue skies.
Oh, that's so disappointing. Do you know, I actually can't decide if I should just refund this or not. It's £7 it's not a lot of money. I've bought a couple of things that are around the £5 to £7 mark, and they're not great, but I can find something in them to enjoy. Yeah, I can at least play. Again, I don't want to be cruel to anyone else's game, but like the helicopter simulator I paid about the same amount, I think, maybe a bit more for that, I can't remember. And it's not great. Graphically, it's a bit hilarious and things, but at least I'm in control. At least I can fly the helicopter. At least it feels like I'm actually flying a VR helicopter simulator thing. This, I can't even do the basics in it. I'm happy to accept that it's me not understanding how to control the game. That's fine. What I'm not happy about is the tutorial just completely fails to convey how it is you're supposed to actually do that, how you're supposed to actually do the free falling. And on top of that, I've done the calibration, and the tutorial seems to ignore how I've calibrated it. It just makes no sense. It's so deeply disappointing, because this should be fun, even if it was bad graphically and little bugs like this kind of thing. I don't mind that. I can forgive that. That's not important if I can just leap at the plane and feel like I'm doing a free fall. I'm so disappointed. I just can't decide if I should just plain flat refund it, or if I should write an honest review and hope that this improves. I'm so disappointed. I think this really is the absolute. It's absolute. I've been mucking about in VR and throwing videos up on my YouTube channel just for my own amusement as much as anything for, it must be about 6 months now, whatever. I think I'm up to about like 280 videos or something ridiculous like that. I think I can safely say this is the first actually properly negative one, whereby not negative in so much as like I'm annoyed at my own ability to play the game because I've really screwed up. Just like, damn, I actually kind of regret buying this game. I don't like being negative about people's creative work. Someone's obviously put effort into this, and they obviously have had fun with it, and I would imagine obviously care about it. There isn't anything about it that feels like some shitty Steam cash grab thing. I mean, if you were going to do that, you probably wouldn't do VR, and you probably wouldn't put it out for just like £7, right? So it doesn't feel like that. It feels like something put together by someone who actually wants this and wants to have fun making this and wants to learn how to code VR and so on and so forth. But the result isn't very playable, which is a real disappointment. Anyway, I think I've kind of explained my disappointment enough. I like it otherwise. Or rather, I want to like it. It's a great idea. It just doesn't pull it off. So my need for a VR parachuting sim game thing still stands, because I'd hoped I'd found it, but no, this isn't it, sadly. So the next time I'm in Rush and I'm doing the parachutey bit, I'm still going to be like, I want this parachute bit as a game as well. Maybe the makers of Rush and Gun Club VR could do a parachute one, free fall game or whatever, because the two games of theirs that I own so far make sense. They're fun, and they do the thing of making you feel like an absolute god early on, and then making it harder and harder and making you work more and actually get more skillful at the game, which I really appreciate. This isn't like that. Anyway, I'm going. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. I got no hands to wave. Why have I got no hands in this bit? That's ridiculous. There's hands in the actual game. I want hands in this. Goodbye.